Hello everyone, welcome to my page Messages from Venus, and this video is going to be in regards to my experience um, financing a vehicle. My boyfriend and I purchased a vehicle. We financed it for 72 months. And the experience has been a learning experience. It has been a nervous, I've been like nervous. I've been anxious. It's been causing me anxiety before purchasing the vehicle, when we purchased the vehicle, while we left with the vehicle. It was a lot. So I wanted to just give you guys tips so that you guys don't make the same mistake that I made or feel embarrassed how I felt embarrassed, because we literally just went in there just like on a whim, etc., etc. Let me see. I just want to make notes and tips. Okay, so when you're purchasing a vehicle, or when you think you're about to purchase a vehicle, the first thing that you need to get together is your credit. Maintain a job and maintain your credits. Maintain your credit that's higher than 650. That's the closest that you can get to 700. So anywhere from like 650 to the highest number is what you would want to have when purchasing a pre-owned vehicle. I'm not in this video, I'm not going to tell you like you should lease, whether you should finance, whether you should do this. It's really up to you and your credit, and how your pockets are. When my boyfriend and I purchased the vehicle, we really had no idea. We were very inexperienced. We asked around for questions and guidance, and I feel like people just hid information from us. Some of our friends, like, did different things. And so their experience was different. Some of them leased vehicles. Some of them needed co-signers. Excuse me. But and then others, just their story just didn't make sense. So they probably went through hell and back and just didn't want to tell us. Whatever. I would suggest that you work on your credit prior to you going to purchase the vehicle. Like I said, anywhere from 650 and higher, you need to purchase. You need to make sure that you are on Credit Karma, that your credit score is up to date, that you have not missed any of your payments at all for the month prior to you purchasing the vehicle, which is something that I was working on for like 3 months, because I paid off bills like November, December 2017, and of course I left those credit cards open when I should have just cut the fucking cards and gotten myself just one card or two cards, like two regular cards, etc. Anyway, it's what's done is done, and so now I'm paying for the repercussions of not listening to my boyfriend and to my mom, and to my dad and to the world when they told me to cut the cards once I paid them off. Anyway, that's for a separate video. However, if you see yourself in a predicament where you want to purchase a vehicle, make sure that you have your credits put together. Please, please, please. Unless you're going to a dealer and you have cash and it's right there. When my boyfriend purchased his first vehicle, he had the cash. They didn't check his credit. They didn't check anything because it was paid in cash. It was paid right there and then, and that's it. I don't even know if he had a Carfax for the car. I don't know if he had like a report or warranty, whatever the case is. I don't know, because I wasn't there when he purchased the first car. We were not a couple. We were just friends at the time. So my suggestion is that you guys get your credit score together. Then make sure that you have full-time employment. If you're employed full-time, I mean. And if you're not employed full-time, make sure that you have somebody to go there with you to the dealership that is employed full-time, because it increases your chances on getting the vehicle that you want. Sometimes people are not employed full-time, but then on the books. So they're employed full-time off the books, but not on the books. So whatever your case is, make sure that you either have enough cash to put down, and that you can make the monthly payments, or that you have a co-signer. Make sure that you research the cars that you want. Make sure that you have the car that you want on the very top, but make sure that you're being realistic with the options that you give yourself. Make sure that you look at the amount that the vehicle actually costs, whether it's used or not, so that you know that you're not getting gypped when you go to a used lot or when you purchase a used vehicle, etc. We purchased a used vehicle because it was less money. So as opposed to paying, I don't know, $25,000 for a new vehicle that's like, I don't know, that is the new vehicle 2015, 2016, we ended up purchasing the vehicle for $17,500, so $17,500. plus the other add-ons and extra fees and blah blah blah, etc., etc. You are going to have fees. You are going to have interest. You have to be prepared for that. So once you know what vehicles you want or what the choices are, list them and be realistic with yourself. We went in there knowing we want a Jeep, but we went in there thinking we were going to get a 2018, 2019 Jeep. And actually the day before, we had gone in there just to look at cars that were not on the lot, like on the other side of the lot, but on the front side of the lot. So we were just looking at vehicles, and we're like, oh my gosh, like that is a really nice vehicle. We wanted a limited 2018 Grand Jeep Cherokee. And we saw it, it was outside, and we fell in love. Oh my God, the rims are so beautiful. My boyfriend was like, oh my God, the rims are so beautiful. And then the guy came out and he's like, oh, that costs like $44,000. That's like over $20,000 above our budget. Cause it's like whatever the car costs is $44,000. But then there were going to be the fees and then the money that you put down and then whatever you had to put down for the insurance. So in reality, the car that you're purchasing is not just $44,000. When you guys see these vehicles and they're like, oh, it's just $26,000. No, you're looking at $26,000 plus an add-on of like $5,000 to $10,000 extra because of your the fees that you have, the inspection, the first month of the insurance that has to be paid before you can leave with the vehicle. And just fees that you have to pay for. So depending on the car that you're getting, it depends on the fees that you're looking at, and also how long you've had that insurance for. We had a situation where we had to change the insurance, and it was higher. So that's my next thing. The insurance that you get is usually the insurance that you either had before, one, or it's the insurance that you've been researching too, or most likely what happens to most people, or what happened to us, is that Major World has deals with Geico, and Geico tells them, call us first because we have the best deals, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't have Geico and you have State Farm and you have all these other insurances, when you go to these dealers, you just tell them like, I already have insurance. But my boyfriend and I had a separate situation where we had to change insurance due to private issues, so I'm not going to go into it. However, I will tell you this: if you have insurance that's out of state and you're moving to from one state to another, or you're going from not from one state to another. Well, yeah, one state to another, or one insurance to another. Know that you have to be prepared and that you have to have your insurance right there and then, like updated right there and then. No matter whether you're giving up your old vehicle or you have already sold your old vehicle, your insurance has to be up to date. That's that with the insurance. Let's see. Oh, my boyfriend and I went to Major World. I'm not going to give out the name of the person who sold us the car. However, if you private message me, email me. I don't do the private message on YouTube, but if you email me, DM me on my website, I will be more than glad to give you the reference. He doesn't know I do YouTube, so you just say Madeline referred me. Let me see. My boyfriend and I are financing a car. I want to say that the difference between financing and leasing is that the car, when you finance it, it's your car, and you can sell that car, and you can sell that car, but you're still responsible for that loan that you took out for that vehicle. Has to be paid for every month for X amount of months that your contract is for. My contract, our contract is for 72 months. So if you're leasing, you're paying it on a monthly basis, plus you have to give money down. However, you can switch up that vehicle. Let's say you have a 2015 Grand Jeep Cherokee and you decided that next year you were going to get a 2019. You can, switch it up, but you're still going to have to make the monthly payments and make the adjustments. Now, the difference between going to a dealership that's actually the dealership of the vehicle that you want. So let's say you go into a Honda dealership. Let's say you go to a Grand Jeep Cherokee dealership, is that you get a little bit more as opposed to going to Major World. Why? Because, yes, Major World has new cars, 2018, 2019. However, the car that you see on the lot is the car that you're taking with you. Which to some people might be a disadvantage and to others it might not. To me, it's not a disadvantage because you can always add things and then take the car with you now and add things in the future. And whatchamacallit, if you finance or lease a vehicle from the company that you want the vehicle from, and you're at their exact dealer. Let's say you see a Honda 2015, but you want to add these rims, you want to take this out, you want to do this, they can do that for you. They can do that for you. You can, those are things that you can add, take off, whatever, and you can do it, right? And they have someone there, they'll inspect your vehicle, etc., etc. I mean, they'll change things up for your vehicle. However, I'm not quite sure if there are other dealerships, or other dealerships work like Major World. Major World has their own DMV office in their in their location, which is in Queens. So you don't have to do the back and forth with DMV. It's done that same day. So you finance your car, you get your loan, you get your insurance, and you get the inspection that same day. I don't know how it works outside of Major World, but that's my experience with Major World. Then you have your first car insurance payment. I would suggest that before purchasing a vehicle, don't let anybody push you around. Don't even let yourself be pushed around to going into something when, number one, the person doesn't have the funds to do it themselves, or number two, you yourself don't have the funds to fund the insurance and the first car note after you come out with the vehicle. Let me explain. So let's say you purchase the vehicle. What's today? October. What's today's date? I don't know. Whenever I upload this video, because I'm gonna do it like, by the time you guys watch this video, I'll have like 7-8 months with the car already. So let's say it's like July or something. I don't know. Let's just say it's the month of July 2019. And let's say it's July 21st, 2019, and you purchase this vehicle. Make sure that that day you have the first 2 insurance car payments and the first payment for the first month of the loan if you're financing your car, so that you're not so stressed out. Why do I say that? Because your first car insurance payment has to be paid that day if you don't already have insurance. If you are a first-time car buyer, or a first-time leaser, or a first-time insurance purchaser, you have to have that car insurance payment that same day. And you will not be able to leave that dealership without the car being insured. So that's something that we didn't know. We thought he already had insurance, but we had a little bit of a hiccup on the road in regards to the insurance and the other vehicle, and I guess how things were done with the other vehicle. So we were not prepared. So I was a little embarrassed at the fact that we were not prepared, and we just looked like 2 little kids, 2 little naive, stupid ass people going into the dealership and just purchasing a car and not being prepared, not having the money, not having the funds. I did not like that feeling at all. I mean, I was happy that we walked out of there with a car. However, I felt so stupid when I did, because I felt like, I needed to be more prepared. It's not just about the credit. You just don't walk in places and boom, you have the credit and you walk out. Don't let anybody tell you that. We had a lot of friends tell us that that's the way it went. I had my brother arguing with me, which was the reason why the whole kicking out situation happened, was because, oh, you don't know anything about cars. My boyfriend and my brother and their friends, oh, you don't know anything about cars. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. Meanwhile, it's best if you are there prepared. If you have not just the fucking credit, not just the fucking co-signer, but you're there with the insurance. If you're someone that's under the age of 21 and you just purchased your first vehicle, or you just got your first driver's license, your fucking insurance is going to be more than $500. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because it is. I don't know whose ass you're talking to, whose asshole you're talking to, but that's not how that works. Okay? I don't know which one of these friends, and like why you would consider yourself a friend and say like, oh yeah, you just can go into a dealership, have somebody co-sign, and that's it. That's all it takes. Meanwhile, we were so stupid because we were listening to people that had insurance from other states. So therefore, if you had insurance and a title from another fucking state, you couldn't have possibly gotten away with the bullshit you got away with, or that you claim to have gotten away with, and then tell us that we could get away with it. That's bullshit. You had to switch everything over. You have to switch everything over from whatever state that you're getting the car from to the state that you're purchasing the car from. Like it just doesn't work like that, because that's illegal. I mean, I guess some dealerships see you having insurance from another state as illegal. I'm sure they know their way around that. However, if you go to an exact dealership that's a Honda dealership, that's a Jeep dealer, they're not gonna play that. They're not gonna accept you. So Major World is not going to accept you. They have their own DMV office. You will have a New York State insurance, and you will have to pay for that, right? And if you don't pay for that, it's going to get added on to your loan, which makes your loan even higher. It's not fun. It's just not fun at all. So yeah, be prepared for that. Let me see. um if it's going to be your first vehicle or your first almost brand new vehicle, you should try to get a pre-owned car. Or if you have had a lot of points in your driver's license, a lot of violations, get a pre-owned car and take care of it, so that the banks and the insurance can start trusting you with the car, right? This is like my experiences of what I went through. I don't know how people just, they make it so easy, like, oh, this is how you do it, this is how. No, I feel like if you already have insurance from that from the state that you're purchasing your vehicle from, then it's like, it should be like super easy. Or if you have your first car payment, that's fine. At your first car payment and your first car insurance payment and also good credit, then that's fine, no problem. However, you're still going to be anxious. I feel, maybe it's because it was my first vehicle, it wasn't my boyfriend's first vehicle, so I was like freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, they're gonna get us, and I'm not gonna be able to do this, blah blah blah. Like, I was in the middle of it all, right? And then, I mean, I was one of these lucky people because I started getting like anxiety attacks. Like, I cried. Like, when we first got the car, I was in the car, I got like a little bit of a breakdown, and I started crying because it just reminded me of like past trauma that I had in my past relationship. So me and my boyfriend getting this vehicle together, it was kind of like us holding hands and like rekindling our relationship in a sense, and looking at, you know, the better times, and not being so stressed out of the things that we have done to each other, and said to one another, and the things that we've done or have been done to us in our past relationships. So it was like a good stepping stone. It was a good stepping stone, but I was so anxious. Oh shit, I was so anxious. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so anyway, the last thing, also bring tip money for the people that are doing your inspections and or fixing your car, because if you're buying a pre-owned car, they're gonna have to do little things here and there to tweak your car, and you know, you don't want to look stupid. So go in there, have tip, even if it's $20, go and tip the person that fixed your car or did whatever. Just tip them, okay? Because they work hard. They're there, rain, snow, selling cars and doing what they have to do. So, you know, just tip the people that wash your car, etc. Always have that tip money. And also, if you're purchasing your first car, like I did, that would be my first car. This would be my boyfriend's second car, even though we purchased the car together. But it was like a brand new experience for me. He knew a little bit more than I did, but it was still a brand new experience, you know? Just go in there with trust. And just please, please, please make sure that your credit scores are higher than 650. Make sure that things are good, that you won't need a co-signer, that you won't need anybody to assist you. You assist yourself, and it gives you confidence in your finances, and it's a big boost in your finances. Also, please make sure that if you're co-signing for somebody, that you have the money to pay for their expense if for whatever reason they lose their jobs, if they can't make the payments. It's a big responsibility. Make sure that you have the money for both the insurance and also the first car payment. I am not a driver. However, my name is still on the insurance policy because our name is on the loan that we took out. So it has to be the same. Let's say it would have been my boyfriend's name on the vehicle and I would have been the driver, but I didn't have to co-sign for him or he didn't have to co-sign for me. My name would still be on that policy. So make sure that you guys have enough money to pay for the policy. For the insurance policy, if you are a co-signer or if you have something to do with the process of someone purchasing a vehicle, if the vehicle is not for you. What else should I say? I don't know. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, just it's a nerve-wracking experience. It's a very nerve-wracking experience, but it's a good experience. You're gonna kick and scream, you're gonna cry, but you're gonna accomplish a lot. Oh, also, cars under your credits either make or break your credit. You can either make, you know, these payments on time, do whatever. it will make or break your credit. Your credit score should zoom to the top of the top of the top once you make the first payment for both your vehicle and the insurance. Also, if you're having issues with the insurance, which I had a hiccup on the road, but that's only because I was switching from one job to the next, and so my direct deposit, whatever, I did a Joanne the Scammer and a Kevin Hart moment all at the same time. And again, it wasn't because I was prepared, but I wasn't financially prepared. And I have to admit that to myself. You know, I wasn't financially prepared. I didn't know what I know today in regards to cars. I know what I know in regards to like loans and finances. But as far as like car insurance, I had no idea. So when we went to get to do the, you know, the car, purchase the car and make our first payment, excuse me, I was in the middle of like going from one job to the next. The second part, car payments, I had to schedule it. Everything's, you know, on a monthly basis, getting automatically deducted out of my account. So that's a good thing. But it's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You guys have to have the money, like right there. Don't be like me. Don't add that insurance payment to the loan. Just please have that car insurance payment down. If you don't know what your car insurance payment is because you're like first time insurance policy holder like me, and like my boyfriend, both of us together because we did it together. So before he had his own vehicle and he did his own thing on his own. This time around it's not like that. So anyway, what else? The car insurance that we have is Geico, and it's really good. It's like the lowest policy, but it's still really good because we have warranty on the car. Make sure that the car dealer that you're going to provides warranty on your vehicle, that they give you the, you know, oil changes. Major World, they will give you oil changes if you go with Geico. Geico also has they have good protection when it comes to, not protection, I'm sorry, they offer good deals when it comes to renting vehicles as well. If for whatever reason your vehicle got stolen or something happened, or you are a policy holder but there's just one vehicle and you just need to go somewhere for the weekend or whatever, Geico charges, I think it's like $50 per day compared to, you know, whatever Zipcar is charging per day or whatever it is without insurance or without a driver's license. So that's a plus for us. That's definitely a plus because as we speak, by the time you watch this video, I will probably have my driver's license. However, as I speak to you right now in this video, I do not have a driver's license. So that's going to be fantastic because I can just use the rental car to practice and then not have anything happen to our car because my boyfriend will kill me. He will have the rosary on my forehead. The Exorcist. He will do an exorcist on me. Okay, so that was my experience. What else should I say? Yeah, it just kind of like makes or breaks you, but you kind of have to like be prepared. So it is what it is. It's not fun and games. It's not how everybody makes it seem like it's easy, whatever. Let's see what else. If you go to Major World, they have a variety of cars, and they will be straight up, they'll be, you know, upfront with you, like what type of vehicle are you looking for. However, let's look at these cars before you look at the vehicle that you want because you might not get approved. They're very upfront and honest. You can test drive the car, you can get in the car, you can see how the car feels. I don't know if other car dealerships do that or if you're not allowed to touch the vehicles because you haven't purchased them, but you know, Major World will take care of you. They will take care of you. So you guys can go to Major Worlds. I highly, highly recommend it. They're the best of the best. I feel. I don't know. Because wherever my boyfriend went before, I do not recommend that place. I'm not mentioning anything or no names. I don't recommend that place at all. We left Major World with a Carfax, with warranty on our vehicle. It was washed. It was cleaned. Everything. So, yeah. It was a good experience overall. So, I'm happy. Yeah, that's it. So I hope everyone has a fantastic day wherever you are. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back with more exciting news on my life. Bye.